Thank the Lord I'm here. Um, I've been waiting to do this live stream just because, man, I had something amazing happen to me over the weekend, and I just need to see if I can get it in the house. I don't have my other device, so I won't be able to see the chat as well. But it's cool because I kind of just want to talk this one through and take it like I'm telling a story. So, so after my last live stream, I was just really in my praise. Kyle Krippner blog is in the house. Yo, shout out to him. So I was really in my praise the last live stream, and I just ain't been feeling good the last couple of weeks or whatever. But I remember saying in my last live stream, Kels Universe is in the house. Shout out to Kels. I remember saying in my last live stream that I got invited to a church breakfast. You know what I mean? It was a fellowship. So my homeboy Six, he been keeping in contact with me. I see y'all in the chat. Bird is moving too. Check this out, Bird. So I'm about to tell y'all a story. I know y'all gonna be like, yeah, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. But give me a minute to get it out, man, because I really am still in my praise. After my last live stream, I wasn't feeling good. Shout out to the Hammer and the 100. That's the roll call. I don't see everybody else, but I see you, Bird. After the live stream, I was in my praise, and I didn't feel good. Like, I've been having back spasms that's just really been tearing me up. Inside out. Like, I've been feeling it. Like, it been making me sick to my stomach. So after the live stream, I was still in my praise, and I ended up going on the streets just a little bit, but I have not been on social media. And I went on the streets just for a second, and the first person I clicked on my other profile was this dude. He was just giving us praise, man. Like, I mean, this dude was just praising the Lord. Like, he had music, he had his lights dim, he was wearing a suit, but he was just praising the Lord. He was dancing. I was just feeling it. Like, man, it just made me feel good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. But I can't get out there like that. When I was younger, yeah. But so I was just that was Friday night, and I had ended up watching him for about 30, 40 minutes. And I'm looking at the chat going, they praising him, like everybody just really praising the Lord. And it so happened that I went to sleep, and when I woke up, I just forgot about the church function that I got invited to. But then I wanted to start reading, so I started reading, and I'm reading in the book of John, right? And it was just crazy because I started reading, and then I just couldn't get out of bed. Like, I was really hurting, and I was spazzing, and I was just like, I was praying about it, and I was asking the Lord to open up my spiritual eyes and ears as I opened His Word, right? And then all of a sudden, it just seemed like, boom, I remember I'm supposed to go to the church function. I'm like, oh, man, I don't know if I can make it, you know what I mean? So let me tell my homeboy that invited me, which is Six. Shout out to my man, 360. Six, I ended up getting ready to text him to tell him, I'm going to try to make it. I don't know, you know what I mean? I was going to let him know I'm just in pain. I'm having these back spasms. Well, Six already texted me, you know what I mean? He's texting me this prayer, man, that morning, and the prayer it was on point, you know what I mean? Like, I felt it, like, yo, I needed that, you know what I mean? Thank you for it, you know what I mean? So he ended up messaging me right back, and when he messaged me back, I started telling him about how I was feeling, and I just didn't feel good, and this and that, but I was gonna still try to make it. And then he was like, he understood it, you know what I mean? Because he had back pain too, he had the spasms, he know what it's like, he had surgery, he know all how I felt. So anyway, when we hung up the phone, I just laid there, and I got right back into the Word, and I just picked it up again. I started reading in John again. I was like, all right, let me get myself up. And I know I'm gonna be late, right? So I get up, get dressed, and I'm on my way to the church. I'm driving. And then it's like I'm in so much pain, I can't even look at my rear view. I can't look at my blind side. I just nothing, you know what I mean? And I got there to the church, and I just sat in the back, I didn't really feel like I was gonna be so involved, you know what I mean? Like I thought I'd leave early or whatever. So I'm sitting in the back and I could see my homeboy right there in the front, you know, not in the front, but a couple rows in front of me. So you know, it just felt good to just be in the house of the Lord. And then this lady, she came out of nowhere. Like I'm listening to everybody's testimony and everything, like it was really good, but this lady come out of nowhere and she just started praying. You know, and as soon as she started praying, I knew who she was, you know, because in Vegas, like we really know who each other are out here. And I've been around to so many different churches. I've met so many different people in life. And I just want to shout out to everybody in Vegas. Like, you know, if I ever met you, man, I appreciate ever being in your presence because there's so many people out here that I know that just is into the word or just whatever, you know what I mean? I went to school with, or I went to church with, or just out of school, like friends, family. Like I have a lot of people out here in Vegas, and a lot of people as of lately have been checking in. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about David checking in. But hold on, let me finish my story. So shout out to you, Kel. I see you. So so I'm listening to this lady. I know exactly who she was, whatever, right? So anyway, my homeboy, he ended up walking out to the front, right? And I was like, all right, let me go catch him, let him know I'm here, because I ain't text him and tell him I was there. So I went outside, said what's up to him or whatever, and then he was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to go take a picture with the mayor. I'm like, the mayor? You know, we laughing, and it's just good to see him or whatever. So I go back inside, but I sat all the way in the back now, you know. So when he came back in, he said something to me. He went back and sat down. Well, I kind of just choked for a minute, right? And then I went to the bathroom. When I went to the bathroom, it was just funny because, you know, I used the bathroom, I washed my hands or whatever, and I started leaving up out of there. And this dude walks in the bathroom, right? He's like, oh my God. Darnell, like he was so happy to see me, right? It was kind of like if you seen the movie Coming to America, you know, when Eddie Murphy went to the bathroom, the dude was like, oh my goodness, you know, it is you. But anyway, so I'm laughing like, you know, cause he was really happy to see me, right? And we used to go to church together, right? So he remembered me. And he just, first thing he could say is, man, I see you all the time on the videos, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, well, we're on Facebook, you know, he's like, yeah, you know, I'm like, I'll be on YouTube, like, I really don't be on Facebook like that. And see, most of my people, they be looking for me, like, he gonna be on Facebook, like, I'm over here on YouTube. So anyway, he wanted to talk, like, he was so happy, he just wanted to talk, and I just like, well, man, I see your little man, you know, he came in there with his little man. I'm like, you know, I see he got to use the bathroom. Look, you came in to use the bathroom. Let me get on up out of here. Adam Garcia's in the house. Salute Garcia is in the building. Shout out to you, bro. God bless you. So I'm in the bathroom, right? So I'm leaving up out the bathroom, right, talking to him, because out of nowhere, I felt like a back spasm just talking to him. He was like, man, I remember you had that back pain when, you know, years ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm still going through it, whatever, right? But it brought back memories of like where I met him, like, you know what I mean? Like when I seen him when he first came into the church, gave himself to the Lord, right? And we went to a prayer, you know what I mean? Like we got called to pray. So I prayed and then he prayed. And this other dude came up to us like, man, I don't know how I'm supposed to pray behind y'all. It was just, but what he was talking about was certain stuff that I see and he see. And we both just like sounding like some conspiracy theorists in the church praying. Like I don't think we was in a good position. But anyway, make my story shorter. I'm walking back into the church to sit down, and the lady that was praying was right there as I was walking in the door. And I walked up to her and I was like, that was a beautiful prayer. And then she started talking to me. She was like, thank you. And I was like, I said, I remember you, you know. And then I said, isn't your name such and such? Like, I ain't gonna say it because people in Vegas be watching me. Like, a lot of people, I don't want nobody to know. Like, this was my blessing. Like, I'm talking about my blessing right now. So this is the praise report. So anyway, I started talking to her, and she was like, I asked her, you know, like, where's your church at, you know, and then she was trying to explain it to me, you know, but I feel like my mind was all over the place from the stuff I was seeing, the stuff I was hearing, you know, like, I just was thinking about their testimony. I just seen somebody, you know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm all over the place, you know what I mean? That I couldn't really listen, you know what I mean? And it's like she trying to get my attention, like, listen, like, this is the way. So anyway, I was like, I'll find it. So I go back up inside, and I started listening to the sermon of the dude preaching. And he's like coming from out of town. And I'm talking about his word was good because it made me feel like, okay, I'm lining up because I was just talking about David, you know what I mean? And I was just thinking about David, you know, and I'm just thinking like, man, you know, just to fight, you know, and I'm just like hearing his word. He started talking about community, and he's seeing the word unity inside community. And I started thinking about y'all, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just for me, you know, I'm starting to feel it like, I started feeling like just tears coming down my eyes from just his word, you know. Kappa. Kappa is in the house. Shout out to you. I see you, Kappa channel. So I started feeling it, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you gotta cry like David, cry out to the Lord, right? I see you, Adam, come on. So man, I just felt so good, you know what I mean? Like, it just was my word. And just to make a long story short, at the end of what he was saying, he asked if this word was for anybody that was up in there, you know what I mean? And if it was, you know what I mean, you don't have to come down here, just raise your hand, you know. And it seemed like nobody was raising their hand. And I raised my hand, and he's like, if anybody want to just give themselves to the Lord, you know, want to rededicate, want to do whatever, just raise your hand. I just raised my hand, right? He said, I see you, sir, in the back. I see. He said, all right, bro, stand right there. Don't move. I'm gonna pray for you, right? So he started praying, right? It was just good to me, man. It was just good. And I started to leave up out of there, right? And he said, you with fellowship? Man, I had to find somewhere. I got invited somewhere. So check this out. So I was leaving up out of the church, and I see my homeboy, right? And we were getting ready to walk out together, right? And I was just ready to go. Like, I wasn't feeling good, you know? Like, I was having these spasms. I don't like to be around people in pain, and I'm sitting up here talking to people and this and that. So he went to the bathroom, you know what I mean? And I was like, all right. So I stood outside for a minute, and I didn't see him. Beck, Pecky's in the house. Shout out to you, Beck. So, you know, so it so happened that I felt like he was taking too long, but I was like, I wanted to leave. Like, I thought he was in there talking to somebody, but he went the other way, and I went the front way. So I texted him. I'm just like, you know, hey, yo, Six, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna catch up with you. You know, why so early? I'm in my praise. I couldn't hold it in no more. Check out the video. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch the video. So anyway, I appreciate y'all being in the house, man. And I know that it's taking me a long time to get where I'm going, but I had a 2-day weekend. I'm not even finished. Like, I'm not even halfway done. So anyway, I was leaving. After I texted him, I left, you know, and I just started to go home because I wasn't feeling good. And it so happened that that I was like 3 or 4 miles up the street. And he called me back, D-Nell, where are you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying to myself, like, well, I kind of left. You know, I'm like, I don't feel good, man. I just want to go home, lay down. That's what I'm telling him. He like, nah, man, you got to come back and get me. I'm like, all right. So I turn around, go back, and I swoop him up. You know, this is the homie, right? He said, it's okay, take your time. Okay, bet. So I go back, right, and pick him up, right? And when I pick him up, man, we just start talking automatically. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, come on, man. He's like, take me to the house. He was like, come on, I'm gonna take you to my house, show you where I live. I'm like, all right. So he the whole time I'm with him, he testifying to me. He witnessing to me. He like, D-Nell, man, like, he's like, as long as I know you, you know what I mean? You've always had something to offer to the world. He's like, that's what I know you as. He said, man, you need to get out of that funk that you in. He said, I need to get you out of it. He said, you need to get out there. That's what he said. He said, you need to get out there. This is my homeboy. Shout out to the, okay, that was a notification. So anyway, he just was talking to me, and he was opening up to tell me just, you know, man, there's something that is great on the inside of you. You know what I mean? And it was just, hearing what he was saying was the same thing that I was hearing at the church, and it was just like, man, this is all starting to make sense to me, you know. And he was just he was just telling me like, man, I'm out. Shout out to Captain Silver. I see you checking in with the hammer and the 100. Um, so so he said to me, you know, it's something great on the inside of you, man. And I'm telling you, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta tap into what God is showing you. You know, and I'm not feeling good. Like, he was like, man, you just not yourself. You gotta come from behind that wall. Like, he was like, man, I'm out here fighting. This is a war. This is a spiritual war. He said, I'm looking at me. You know, he talking to me, and he's just like, there's a war, and you got to get out here and fight. I can't fight this by myself. You know what I mean? But you acting like you defeated. Like, we ain't defeated. You need to fight. You know, and I was just like, man, I hear you. You know what I mean? He's like, man, I'm out here fighting, and you behind the wall. You can't be in the house. He said, you can't be in the house. You got to come out here and fight. He said, but you can't come from around that wall. You got to break that wall down. You know, you got to break that wall. You got that much strength inside you. It's going to be supernatural. Just, you know, he was just hyping me up, man. And then I went to his house, and, man, we started talking and stuff. He started showing me some stuff, and he started helping me create like a venture. You know what I mean? Like something even bigger, like, you know, just with something he does, you know, with dogs. And I ain't gonna get into it just because, you know, that's something that might happen, you know, just because. So he was just on me, and then we left, and then he was like, come on, man, let's go. So I was like, all right. So we left, and then we went to the mall, right? We went to the mall, had some coffee, like we sitting up there chilling, like had some coffee, and we just talking, you know what I mean? And it's just, I seen him from where God has brought him from. And I mean, I know him since like 98, you know what I mean? And he's always supported me, like with my music, you know, everywhere. Like, he's from Virginia, I'm from Virginia. Like, we just always looked out for each other. Well, it so happened that I ended up, after the mall, you know, and we talked a lot. You know, I got a lot from him. I'm just gonna say that, you know what I mean? But I want to get to what happened the next day. So I went home. I still wasn't feeling good. As soon as I got to the house, I laid down. Like, I wasn't feeling good. And I just felt sick, you know, and somehow, you know, I think the whole day went past, you know what I mean? I want to say shout out to my brother Andre, you know, because Andre came to the house and I was knocked out, and he's in town. And I just want to say shout out to him because people been hearing about me. They've been seeing my videos. They've been checking in, you know, a lot of people from Facebook, and he was one of them. And I ain't seen him for like 6 years. He hasn't been home. And he came home and he wanted to see me, you know what I mean? But I was knocked out, and I couldn't get up. But as he was leaving, you know what I mean, he said that. He was like, I see your videos. So anyway, so the next day, I woke up and I had an expectation. I just had an expectation. Like, I want something from God today, you know? So I told myself I'm going to church, to the lady where she invited me to, you know what I mean? Like, so anyway, I'll make a long story short. I go into the church, and man, it was good. Like, I'm talking about the drummer was on. I mean, he was killing the drums, and it felt so good. Like, to hear the praise team, like everybody was just in their worship and they praise, and I felt good. And then she came out with the word. Triple J is cute. She starts, hey, how are you, BFF Trips? What's going on with you? How you doing? Good morning. Triple J is in the house. I'm gonna see if I can get you a moderator. Got you a moderator if you want to share your content, get anybody in the house to chill with you. I'm in the building. So anyway, as soon as she came out and she started to speak, she said, you know, it seems like God has always put me somewhere when I ain't ready. If I talk about what she started going in, it is just, man, I felt it automatically. You know what I mean? Like, this is my word. I know she coming for me, you know, because that's how I feel. And it's like, you know, Lord, why right now when I'm so tired? I'm just tired. I was like, oh, man. But to make a long story short, what that word was you chosen. I chose you. Oh my God, man. And it was just like, man, that word hit me so hard. Abide. abide in him and him in you. And just like, man, you know, if it ain't blessing me right now, I couldn't even tell you everything that the message said, but it's like usually I get messages in layers, pieces, you know what I mean? But it seemed like the whole message was for me, you know, from beginning to end. And all I could do is just be in my praise. And you know, he said, I had a guy ask me, tell me about your encounter with God. And I realized I had encountered several, but many are years ago. And I asked, okay, so, see, we on the same page, exactly. Okay, so I had a supernatural experience right there because the word was for me. And it was like, don't you worry about all these things you did or that you done. I foreknew you. I knew you before the foundation of the world. I was just like, okay, so it was like, I knew what you was gonna do. I needed to do these things. I needed you to go through these things to see you stand. Like you were still standing in my name. It was so good to me. But I wanna say, with that same message that you talk about, yesterday, I just want to stay in my praise and try to just digest everything and just having my encounter, right? And it made me think back to when I first gave my life to Christ. And it made me feel like there was an experience that I had. Shout out to Barbie Vlogs is in the house. Shout out Barbie, what's going on? There was an experience that I had that I said I want to have it again, and I never had it, you know what I mean? But it was just like, when I was getting this word, man, it filled me up so much that all I could do is just sit and digest it and allow God to just be God. And it was just like, the word was abide, just abide. You know, stop trying to do what you want to do on your own and abide. And then shout out to my man coming in the door, DJ Sunnyside Up is in the building. Look, it was just, so after she finished her words, she walked up to me to pray with me. And she said, what'd she say? She said, now you are clean from the word that I have spoken to you. And it was John. Okay, so this was my thing. Okay, this is my thing. So it was John. Okay, that came from John 15, right? But what got me when on Saturday was he came from John 14. And then when Sunday, she came from John 15. And what got me was, I'm in the book of John. Like, oh my God. It's like, I'm telling you, like, God really showed me something this weekend. It was, now I have spoken to you. Wait, now you are clean from the word I have spoken to you. I was like, man. And then she asked, is there anybody out there producing fruit? Have you produced any fruit? And I thought about it. Me, I produce some fruit. Them my peoples right there, all around the world. That's the fruit, you know. Purge. Man, look, pruning you, you know, just cleaning you up, just getting you right, just trimming you, just getting all of these things ready so that you can go and produce more fruit. Oh, my Lord, have mercy, man. I can't keep up with the chat. Psalms, create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit with me. Boy, come on now, Captain Silver, y'all gonna get me out here praising. And see, I'm already in trouble with the devil because he has been really trying to spiritually wound me, you know what I mean? And the thing about it was like with the God Says Saturday is God chooses his most wounded soldiers. You know what I mean? I'm just like, man, I feel like I'm barely hanging in there. But to stand, abide. You know, you gotta just keep on abiding. And it made me feel good. It made me feel real good, man. So with all I was going through, all I was thinking, you know, like everything was just, it was picked up in the messages that I got this weekend. So I just really been trying to take time to digest it, you know what I mean? And just broke Cephas. He must know that he was caused, because the sinners to be converted from the error of the way shall save the soul from death and shall cover a multitude of sins. James 5:20. Shout out to brother Cephas. Jay says, I got encounters. I got a long time ago when I was down feeling depressed. That time I prayed and suddenly I felt comfort, just like someone hugged me. Like I felt that before too. Y'all gonna get me out here. Y'all gonna get me out here praising, man. Look, man, thank y'all for being in the house. You know what I mean? And just hearing my little story, you know what I mean? Like, I know it was a long story. Like, I'm 25 minutes in. I done talked the whole time, you know, but ultimately, man, I'm here to just spend time with y'all, man. I wanted to check in and see how y'all doing. Just to hear, you know, the stories, you know, that I just, if you say God is the gardener and he prunes us as needed, remember, he will trim away the dead branches. Man, y'all got me feeling good, man, because that's what she said to me when she prayed. She said, all of this is coming off of you. She said, all of this coming off of you, just coming off. Man, I'm talking about, at first I was just receiving it with my hands open, just receiving it, receiving it. And then I just surrendered. I put my hands up to surrender to the Lord. And it's just like, it was good to me, man. I wanted to share that with my live stream just because, you know, like, I know that I have been projecting the wrong energy, you know, and I needed divine, you know, I needed to abide. I needed what's inside of me to start coming out, you know, and you know, greater is he that is inside of me than he that is in the world. You know, and it's just like I've been spending time with that he that is inside of me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see, you know, so I have been taking my time on doing a lot of things, man, just because mentally, you know, has helped me, you know, to get to a place. Shout out to all my homeboys that's been on social media, on Facebook, you know, because my city, you know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing my city just, we are still alive. You know what I mean? We still together. Like, our crews are still together. Like, I'm seeing all my homeboys just gather around. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many people peeking in on me now. Like, I don't know who's watching me. You know, people I went to church with. You know, people just all around the world. You know what I mean? And I just thank people, you know, for the support, you know, just, you know, checking out the videos and stuff like that. Like, I just try to come out here and just be myself. But with Triple J, it's really good to see you. Let's see, going therefore teach ye all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Ghost. Matthew 28:19. Brother Cephas, man, I want to thank you for being in the house, man. Just, you know, coming in and feeling comfortable. I'm back. I had to get some things. So when we was talking about just that presence of God, like, I felt the presence of God. Like, I started to feel like in my life, like, and she said this in her message, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there was a time where you just walk away from God, or you just start doing some things where you feel like you just not lined up to God. And there's a time where you just feel like God's spirit has left you. You know what I mean? And it was just like, oh my God, like, ooh, no, Lord, don't never let your spirit leave me. You know what I mean? Like, man, that made me feel like, man, no, I don't want that. You know, I need the spirit, you know, so that was something that hit me, you know, like that. You know, I need to make sure that I'm getting myself lined up to what he is saying, man. But it's like, he chose you. He chose you. He chose you. And that was the thing, man. It was just like, I know, you know what I mean? Like, I've been running from my calling forever. But many are called and only few are chosen. And I'm like, man, I just wanted to bless the Lord, man. I just wanted to praise the Lord, man. I wanted to bless the Lord. His praise shall continuously be in my mouth, you know. And I just could not find the words to just explain you of what I seen this weekend, because it brought me back to when I first got saved. Like, there was a renew. Like, she said, you start today. You start today. Thank you for sharing your story, BFF Trips. You're welcome. God bless you. And your show, what's her name? I don't even want to try it. I don't even want to try it right now because I'm going somewhere else. But there's somebody I'm thinking of, that I want you to say what's up to her from me. But she changed her name, ASFM. Tell her I said what's up. Just because, when I used to talk about the Lord out here, it was certain ones that used to come and they used to listen and they used to go through stuff, you know what I mean? And they allowed me to just testify, and when I thought about yesterday, just how I felt like I was in the presence of the Lord. Like he showed me some stuff a long time ago, over 20 something years ago that it's like, I want to feel that again. You know, I had an encounter like I don't I've never spoken outside the English language. But this one day, I went to like a 3-day revival, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to be filled with the Holy Ghost. And I was at the altar and I was praising. And I was praising the name. Shout out to Miss Jen. I appreciate you being in the house. I was at the altar and I was just praising. I was just praising. I was just very, 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 very excited. I was praising the Lord. And this lady, she's known out here, but she travels to different churches or whatever. But she walked up to me in the back of my ear and she said, God says all is forgiven. God says all is forgiven. And it's just to be in your praise and hear somebody say that, you know what I mean? God says all. Do you know what all mean? Everything. You know what I mean? Like when he's speaking about all, he talk about all of us. Just all. And I'm just like, he sees your beginning and your ending. He sees your ending and your beginning, like before the foundation of the world. Like he already knew me before my mom and my dad even knew each other. You know what I mean? It's just all of this stuff started to just touch me. But when I'm thinking back to when I first had my experience, you know what I mean? I came in the house and I was upset about something that happened at church or whatever. But to make a long story short, that anger resulted in my praise, that I just started to speak in tongues like I ain't never ever spoken tongues before. And I knew it was that I called my mama like, Mom, it's happening. It's happening. And I'm speaking a language I've never spoke before. And just that experience to me, it was because I stayed in my praise. Just keep on praising, keep on praising. So that's how I have been since my last live stream for the last 3-4 days. I have been in my praise because I want that experience to happen again. I'm telling you, I called my mama like, Mama, it's happening. It's happening. Like the Lord, he's speaking in tongues. Like he's speaking through me. Like, shout out to Captain Silver. He says, something that struck me yesterday, don't be afraid of suffering. Suffering produces endurance. Endurance produces character. Character produces hope, and hope does not put us to shame. Man, this is why I love my live stream, man, because it's empowering to me. Shout out to Integrate. Salute to you. Appreciate you being in the house. Good morning to you as well. So yeah, man, I had a very, very exciting weekend. I did want to share it with y'all, and I know I haven't been out here just consistent yet, but I gotten everything together, you know what I mean? Now I'm just getting myself right, and taking my time because I know that once I start coming out here, we're going to continue to, have something to do. But I will be getting out here in the next week or so to test it, just to see what it's going to be like in the lab. I'm not really guaranteeing that I'm going to like the lab, but it gave me a platform in a place to actually start doing something. So hopefully we get started just in the next week or two. I don't know. I just ain't really been feeling good. Like I've been having back spasms. That's just been really kicking my butt. But other than that, man, like I haven't been on social media whatsoever. I just been trying to sit in silence, man. Like I really want to hear from God. I really want to be used by God, and that's what I got this weekend. It's just what God can use. Like I mean, you might be the best singer, songwriter, producer, all that. You know what I mean? And God might just take a little old lady that can hum You know what I mean? Because when she hums, she could bring the house down. You know what I mean? Because she hums onto the Lord. Like, man, when I thought about the music, it's like getting back into it, like I can't count it out, because David was a songwriter. His story was a love story, and it's just like there's always been an escape for me, whether it's been music, whether it's been live streaming, anything to do with social media, interacting with people. This may have been a prayer language. I'm not sure. I don't have the gift blessings for you. So good to hear that he's moving in your life. And that's the thing, I need him to do some more. I need him to do some more. Like now that I know, and then his word said we could ask for anything in his name. So I was like, just some stuff I need him to continue to do. There's some people I need him to move on. You know what I'm saying? Including myself. I don't want to, count myself out for a blessing. Like I need to be, in his presence. So I just continue to just try to keep pushing myself to just, want to know him, and just to be back on fire for God. Like, man, that jump made me feel good. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, I found something just because I had an expectation. You know what I mean? I expected it. I didn't expect nothing less. Like, I wanted to hear from God. I was gonna go somewhere and get it. And that was one thing what my homeboy Six was saying. It was like, man, you got to get up and do the work. You got to go get it. It ain't gonna just come to you. You know what I mean? Just having that conversation with him, that pep talk, and you know what I mean? Just homeboys. Like you really don't never get a homeboy that's gonna sit up here and try to speak some truth to you. Tell you, man, you need to get out here and go get it. He let me know, I belong in this industry. You know what I mean? Like I should have been out there. You know what I mean? Like he was saying that, like, it made me feel good. Just the whole weekend, I was smiling. And then yesterday, I said, talk to God all day. Like, I was smiling like, man, Lord, you made me feel special today. You know that, right? I just need you to know. So, yeah. So I said I would come out here and go live because I wanted to tell that, you know what I mean, with this little series that I've been doing, because of my last video. Like, my last video, it just really had me stuck in a place where it's like I really want to continue my praise. Like I ain't want to stop, and I ain't felt good. That's why I know, like that really made me feel good. And it's so many people I be wanting to thank, or acknowledge, just on my walk, that people I've just come in contact with in my journey, in real life, but because they're in the church. I try not to say their name. I try not to involve them, even with family or friends, just because some of the stuff that I say or do, it might not be to the standard of how somebody else would do it or what they saying. And, I just want to make sure I'm being respectful to the church. Some places with ministry, you got to sign a contract to not do certain stuff that I do on social media. And I'm just keeping it real. Like, I know some youth pastors, I know some pastors, I know some ministers, I know some, all that, and if they was to check in, they would just be watching the video. Like, I don't think they would actually check into the live stream as of yet. But who knows what God is going to do next? Because I started to feel like maybe I should get out there and start interviewing, like, people that are in the walk of faith. You know what I mean? And just some of the people that I know, because I know some amazing people, and I be wanting to just be a part of what can we do to help one another. When I was listening to the dude on Sunday, he was talking about unity inside the word community, and just playing a part, because you can start a group to start another group to start another group. Like, it continues to just keep on expanding, and I just want to make sure that I'm doing my part. 9 people in the house, 7 likes. Appreciate y'all being in the house. Triple J is in the building. Let's see. If you look for him each day, you'll find him through someone or something that happens, or something you notice that others omit, you will find him. We just don't be looking. Oh, we just have to be looking. I'll go say, don't be looking. Like, we showing up, don't. But yeah, that is definitely the truth. And I think that I think if you've had a supernatural experience with him, it's easier, because I don't need a sign. God don't have to show me nothing to show me he's real. Like, he showed me some stuff already. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a sign, but for him to speak to me through his word, or, it was just, he can call you brother, he can call you friend, he can call you son. It's just, these are different things that people call each other, and it's just like, to think that he can show you the mysteries. I said, mysteries? I need to know the mysteries. Mysteries, don't know, everybody don't know no mysteries. He got to reveal something to you in order for you to see a mystery. You got to know him in order for him to reveal a mystery. I'm like, man, a mystery? I need to know more. Like, there's more mysteries? You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you. Let's see. You could ask those leaders. I'm not asking when you got saved. I like to ask, when were you born again? See? But if there be no interpreter, let him hold his peace in the church and speak to himself and of God. What is that? And to God. That's what I always learned about the gift of the Holy Ghost. I mean, not the Holy Ghost, the gift of tongues, is that there has to be somebody else in the church to interpret it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you keep it to yourself, go straight to God with it. But I really can't tell you about that. Like, I ain't no teacher. You know what I mean? But I can tell you that there be some people out here that can make themselves do it. But when I spoke in tongues, it was another language. It just, it wasn't me, and that's why I say God gonna use me. I want God to use me and use all of me, because when he does, you gonna know it's not Darnell. That is God. God did something. He's doing something. Like, he's speaking through. And that was something that blessed me when she first started speaking on Saturday at the fellowship, when she prayed. She said, Lord, and for those that don't know your word clearly, put your word in their mouth. I believe there's going to be a day that God going to put his word in people's mouth that seek him. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have to stand up to governors and kings. That's in the word. When they deliver you up to kill you for affliction. What is it? When they deliver you up for affliction and kill you. That's always been something I've looked at. And it was just something else. It was a couple of other things I looked at, but I was in the book of John just as of lately, man. Like that, man, I'm getting fed a lot in there. And it seemed like when the message came out for me on Sunday, it seemed like it was all meat. It wasn't no potatoes, no milk, no. It was all meat. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna eat all of this. This word is for you and you only. I'm talking about it. There was no layers. Like, it was for me. I agree. We need to be preparing our spirit for times to come. And that was the thing. God has prepared you for a time such as this. Look, a pastor said to me a long time ago, you need to prepare. You need to prepare. Regardless if you ready or not, you need to prepare, because it's going to happen to you. If God will be put enmity between thee, Satan, and the woman Mary, and the seed, Satan's seed, and her baptized people. See Galatians. Her and her baptized people. Brother Cephas, I don't know about that one. You know, I'm gonna have to. Is that a commentary? Like, look, we gotta watch these commentaries. Look, they be trying to lead us different. No, I'm just playing. So, 8 people in the house, 7 likes. I'm just in the house. You know, I hope that you guys are having an amazing day, have an amazing weekend. I hope that anything I just said, like somebody could have took something from that. You know what I mean? Like me as a content creator, I do watch other content creators, and there's other content creators that actually are out here that actually have a real close relationship with God. They know the word, they know the scriptures, they teach, you know what I mean? Like they are walking in their calling and their gifts, you know what I mean? And certain people take different pieces of certain people on their walk. And if there's anything that I could have said to have helped anybody, you know what I mean, with just a little word of encouragement, a little motivation, you know, a little something, you know what I mean, just show you that God is still real. He's still God, and he's God all by himself. He don't need no help. He don't need no help. And he will finish the work that he started in you. If he started a good work, let him finish it. You know, and that was some stuff I needed to learn. Like I needed to let him finish what he started in me. You know, but I needed to build my faith. I needed to work my faith. I needed to exercise my faith. So I got up to go look for my blessing. You know what I mean? Like, no, God gonna speak to me today. There's no way I can let his spirit leave me. I gotta go find it. It's out there somewhere. You know what I mean? And I just, if it takes somebody to tell you that, to witness it, like, yo, you gotta go out there and you find it. You know what I mean? And it's gonna bless you. It's gonna give you some strength. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, like, man, look, the devil tried to take me out. He really tried to take me out that I could not go and find my blessing. Like, he tried to talk me out of my blessing. I said, and I think this whole weekend, if I ain't make a move, regardless of how I felt, the devil would have laughed at me. But God is laughing at my plans already. God is laughing at my plans because I'm thinking it's going to be like this. I'm thinking it's going to be like that. But when you got an earnest expectation, like I got an expectation, I got to go out there and find my blessing. You know, I went and I did, you know what I mean? And that blessing had just my name on it. You know what I mean? Like I ain't had to share it. Like I ain't sharing it, you know what I mean? Like I ain't telling people how to go find it, you know what I mean? Like, nah, this is something that I needed to see. You know, Mary is our mom through baptism. All nations are called upon her son. I put him, he over here preaching, but we got to be careful talk about Mary now. Shucks, just because, boy, the Catholics be out there. Shout out to my man, Kahana coming in the house. Good morning, Trips. Man, shout out to him, man. I'm glad you kept in contact with me. You know what I mean? Over the weekend, just, you know, I got a chance to know that he made it home safe. So shout out to Kahana, you know, just being in the house, you know. Appreciate you, man. I had an amazing weekend. I'm just smiling. He said, I'm home. That's what's up, man. I hope you get some rest. You know, get used to the time change, because I know you was on a whole nother time schedule, a day ahead, you know, of today. So be careful not to have enmity with the woman. That is real talk. But you know, I don't like to or want to get too deep into that because there is a stigma in Christianity. There's a stigma in the world, just with men and women, and I've dealt with some stuff in life when it comes to ministry, the word, just a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And it's just certain stuff. Listen, you can't love her more than Jesus. No, you can't. He said, who was my mother? who was my mother? DMG's in the house. He said, who was my mother? Who was my sister? My brother? Who they? If they ain't doing the will of God, like they ain't just, my mother who? And people didn't expect Jesus to say that. Like, my mother, like, look, I don't want to take it too far. What y'all talk about? Man, we just talking, man. Supernatural experiences. I was telling people what happened to me this weekend. I just really felt like I had a blessing. There's a road runner right here, right next to me. He's a road runner. Hopefully he ain't mean or nothing like that. But yeah, He over here chilling next to me. He looking right at me. I don't want to look at him, but dude is quick and he gonna keep it moving cool. Let's see. The Kahana checking in with the hammer and the hunter with the bird. Look, hey bird, from DMG. But yeah, man, I just had an amazing weekend, man. Were you overseas, Kahana? Nah, he just got back. So yeah, I had an amazing weekend, man. It was just something I needed, and I wanted to come on the live stream so that I can go back and hear myself just still in my praise from the last video to this video, just keeping me going, it's keeping me engaged. Shout out to the people that are in the background. I got a lot of people that's been checking me out for Facebook. I want to say salute and shout out to my people, just like Felicia. Like she sent me an invite the other day, a friend request. You know what I mean? Shout out to Felicia from back home in Virginia, just checking in. You know what I mean? Like I felt like people started looking on my page. I want to say shout out to Demetrius that I seen this weekend, because there's a chance like he gonna start looking, to find out where on my app. Like people, they know I make videos. You know what I mean? And they just wanted to support, in the background. The jet lag, like, look, Kahana, I hope you didn't go straight to work. Like, man, I hope you got some days off to chill, relax, get yourself back on square. I want to get back out here and start doing my live streams during the week to try to get a steady schedule on doing it. But man, I'm super nervous because I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know what's gonna go on. But just seeing y'all in the house and getting y'all involved, man, and then y'all will be able to join me and stuff. We'll be able to talk about stuff, that really can help people. And as you can see, like people really enjoy talking about the Lord early this morning. Let's see, good message today, Trip. Thanks, Bert. I appreciate that, man. It's just, I wanted to motivate somebody from what I'm going through, what I'm seeing, you know what I mean? Because I believe that it could help somebody out there. But it was just like, when I got prayer, it was like, you start today. Like go out there and you start doing what it is that God calls you to do. Like whatever you do, whatever makes you happy, that's usually your gift. And she said, you start today. It was crazy. Shout out to Dan Cruz coming in the house. Yo, he's still at it. Yo, Dan Cruz is in the building. Appreciate you checking in. I remember you. But it felt like when she stepped up to me to pray for me, she was getting ready to give me the microphone and say, look, I need you to go over there and preach. It's just like the way she came to me was like, oh, you ready? Come on. It's time to put you to work. And I feel like I just ain't ready, and it's just like, it's gonna be God that's gonna use you. You ain't gonna use yourself. You gotta be ready. You gotta stand up. Abide. You chosen. He chose you. And I just like, man, look, let's make music, trips. And you know what? I can't count it out. Listen, as a believer, we all have a call on our lives, and we have to reveal it. If we abide, come on, look, Captain, look, check out. This is where I'm at right now. I started in the Book of John a couple weeks ago. Well, about a week ago. I got to 8. The message that they gave, or that the God gave me on Saturday, was John 14. And then the message that she gave me was John 15. Read John all the way to 17. In the book of 17, in the chapter 17, there's something in there. You know what I mean? Like read that for yourself. And that's what she said, like read 17 for yourself. But it was just like, man, I've been given some instruction, and I can give people, just like some breadcrumbs, like take this trail. You know what I mean? Like start in John, and just work your way up, and just when you put it down, pick it back up. I found myself not being able to attach myself to social media or anything, just take that silence. I started to feel like I'm hearing his whisper again, like, and even though I couldn't make it before what he was saying, something felt like it was still going into my spirit, and when he speaks to you, like you'll know, like I heard him speak before, like it's in real soft, subtle voice, and it can happen, when you don't have a bunch of commotion, a bunch of noise, and I heard him speak during the George Floyd protest, you know what I mean? Like it was a bunch of noise. I had the TV on, had laptop on, like I had a bunch of noise, you know what I mean? But he said something when people was out there getting hurt in them protests, you know what I mean? Like it was really some real hurt out there. They was rioting, you know what I mean? Like breaking in them stores. I seen dude driving a police horse. I ain't telling you, I gotta be careful what I'm laughing at now because man, it's so many people that be watching me now that I'm talking about where I go, anywhere I go, like they don't see me on YouTube. They see me on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't even make that many videos on Facebook. Look, Dan, come on. I'm talking about that. Y'all, you ain't see the protests. You ain't see them when they went to that car lot. They were stealing them cars, and you see the car just go out the window, like out the showroom windows, busting the glass all over the floor. Man, oh my God, and people were getting hurt. But God showed me something then, you know what I mean? And he showed me that man is still wrestling with flesh. And it was like, it was like, yeah, I saw that. He right. Look, I'm telling you, man, like they was out there busting windows, doing all kinds of stuff, but they was taking that. Look, I don't want to blame California, but I believe it was out there in California. So shout out to you guys, man. I was gonna go somewhere. I started running my mouth, thinking about stuff, man. It's just that's what I like about my live stream. It's just me being able to be myself. I don't want my let me see if that'll work. Oh no, let me just keep it where it was then. Yeah, so 7 people in the house. I'm 56 minutes in. What you guys got up for today? What's the temperature looking like where you are at? Put where you are in the chat if you don't mind interacting with somebody else out there. If you are not subscribed and this is your first time here, you might want to come back. Please subscribe. We trying to go out there and produce fruit. We're gonna try to find more people, to reach more people. And try to have us a great time. I just wanted to come do this live right here because I am comfortable where I am doing it, but I know that I have to start getting in the lab in the studio and start really getting on with it. Let's see. Did you see water monitor? Okay. Yeah, man. So what else we got going on? I really haven't been keeping up on social media, so I couldn't tell you what was going on in the world, or if I heard anything, or if I seen anything. All I could tell y'all, man, is just abide. Abide. He said, now you are clean from the word I have spoken to you. She said to me, and then she said, you didn't hear me. She said, you didn't hear me. Now you are clean from the word I have spoken to you. I needed to hear a word. I needed to hear God. And it's just, man, before the foundation of the world, I knew what you was gonna do. I knew how you was gonna do it, and it's just, I chose you. I chose you how you are. It's something about you. No two people out here are the same. And even those that are identical have different fingerprints. You know what I'm saying? Each one of us are different. Bird is different from Connor. Connor is different from Dan. Dan is different from... I'm trying to look and see who else in the chat. Captain Silver, like they all different. They all different. But he has called us according to his purpose. You know what I mean? Like there's a time for everything. And I feel like there's a season coming. The season's about to change for some of us out here that have been going through some things. Like, look, you going through it because God wants you to stand. Stand. Declare his name. Continue to stand. Give him praise. You praise him regardless of what you're going through. Regardless of how you feel, even when it hurts. Even when it hurts. And you feel like giving up. My man Six said, do you not feel like you're getting ready to go back into isolation? Like you sliding away, like you trying to get away. I can't. I have no alternatives. Like there's no other way. You know what I mean? I cannot do it for myself. You know, I need what's inside of me to be released and come out. To come out. The more you speak out, the more you say it out loud, your praise continue to grow. You continue to put that atmosphere right there in front of you, and God is gonna feel you. Feel you. And when he feel you, man, it's just an amazing feeling, because I just feel like I just been laying at his feet for the last few days. Like Lord, I need that healing. Lord, I need that power. Lord, I need that miracle. I need you now. Like I need to feel you. I need to feel your presence. I need to know that your spirit has not left me. You know what I mean? It's just like my the dude said in his language, and that's the thing, like I will already talk about it. You know, I'll talk about Moses, talking about David, and he was talking about, he gave his testimony of when he couldn't really speak clear. He couldn't really say nothing. And it was a time where he went to school, and they used to teach in school with the Bible. Shout out to Shay Love is in the house. Hey Trip, what's going on with you? How you doing? So they used to teach with the Bible back in the day, you know what I mean? And he was saying that the school that he was going to, like he didn't really understand the stuff that he was learning, right? And it so happened that that he ended up going one day to class, and they had a new teacher, and they wanted him to talk to her. And she came and started talking to him with the Bible, and she was like, I heard that you're stuttering and you're having problems. He said, when she started teaching me with the Bible, I got a photographic memory. And he said, I was able to start talking. I started talking like this. And he started talking real professional. And then he started talking different languages and stuff. This is what God showed me in his testimony. Like, you know what I mean? That photographic memory. And when I'm saying stuff and like, I don't remember stuff, and I'm just like, oh man, like, you know what I mean? Like, God is going to change that situation within my mind, within the way I speak. And it was just like, all of this stuff started to make sense to me, that it's like, man, if I could just stay in my praise, if somebody can just go out there and stay in their praise and abide and not give up on him, abide, continue to walk in his ways. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be some times that you just wanna give up, like, man, Lord, not today. But please, Lord, don't let your spirit lead me. Lord, boy. So yeah, man, I got straightened out. You know what I mean? You know, the Lord sat me down and showed me I'm real and I'm God all by myself. And I see you. He said, I see you. You know, and it's just like, man, I just been thankful. You know, I can't explain just how I've been feeling. Like, man, I'm grateful just to have that ability to say, I'm chosen. He chose me. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't me going to choose him. Like, Lord, I need you to change me. He chose me. He chose me. It's a big difference in me choosing him, but he chose me. Let's see, we love him because he first loved us. We don't give him because we don't give up on him because he don't give up on us. Our time on this planet is limited. It's a life is but a vapor. It fades away. Have you ever seen somebody vape? They vape and they blow it. You see how fast that just fades away? And it does seem like life is just fading away slowly. You know what I mean? It's temporal. It's temporary. You know, like this is one thing we gotta do here is get back to being converted, transformed, you know, born again. Like, you know, if you've never been born again, ask the Lord what it is. You know what I mean? Like, you could talk to him. Like, he there, he knocking, he want to talk. You know what I mean? He want to have supper with you. He want to just sit there and just spend time with you. You know, and I think some of us just get complacent. We get lost. We get stagnant. That we don't want to have that relationship. Like we get to a point where we just can't speak. We don't know how to speak. We don't know how to connect. We don't know how to adapt. Let's see, this life is temporary. The next life is real. It's real. It's real. Look, I want to make sure I get myself straight to get to that next life, because hell was not appointed for man. It wasn't. It was for the devil and his fallen angels. It's for them. You know what I mean? It's for them. And see, that's why he mad. Look, he a jealous little joker, little devil. You know what I mean? Like he mad. You know, and he it's so much that God has done for us as human beings. You know what I mean? That he didn't do for the angels. He didn't do for, you know, he didn't make the angels look like man. And you know, and like, look like God. Like he made us in his image. I ain't trying to sound like I'm trying to preach. I'm in my praise. You know what I mean? That it's just like I wanted to just come out here and go live just to show you some life. Like I got some life in me right now. You know what I mean? Like some people is just, they weaken what they gone through and they struggles, you know what I mean? And some people just, they feel like giving up, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you, don't give up. Hang in there. Abide. Just keep walking. Get up. And this is me talking to you like Six was talking to me. Get up. Just get up. I need you to come out here and fight with me. You know what I mean? I'm out here fighting. You know, I need you to stand up. Abide. Remain. Stay right there. Stand. And that's where it is right now, you know, for me and for anybody else out there, you know what I mean? There's a strength in that, you know, to bring God joy. That's my strength, you know? And I'm very, very happy. I wanted to just get this live stream done because I want to go back and watch myself. I'm fighting. I'm talking about, man, I ain't been feeling good, you know, for almost like 2 weeks. Like it's seemed like every video, you know, I've been getting beat down before, you know, it seemed like I'm going through stuff the night before, you know what I mean? Like it's just a lot of stuff that I've been holding in, and I was holding on my chest, and I just felt like I needed to go to the house of the Lord and get his peace, because it was so much commotion going on that I couldn't get it sorted out and organized, that I needed to hear a word from God. And I know it was God, you know what I mean? That it's just like, man, I had to come and witness and tell the people, like, yeah, God is real. He's still the same today as evermore. Like, if you need something for God, like, go to him with his name. You know, show him, you know, like, I have no other explanation, you know what I mean, of my weekend this weekend. But I could tell you, you know, that his word has been healing to me, you know, like it's really been healing my soul. Like I've been feeling like my spirit's been broken, you know, and that's why I'm in so much pain, you know what I mean? Like my spirit broken, you know, and it's just like, he needed to get me to that place, you know, where he could use me. And I'm just like, yeah, well, Lord, whatever you want to do, however way you want to use me, you're using me, you know what I mean? Because I don't know who's listening, but somebody listening, you know. But the one thing is, I'm listening, you know what I mean? I'm listening. I'm seeing me. I'm understanding what I'm saying, you know what I mean? This is what's helping me, you know, and I'm hoping that when people can see what I'm seeing for myself, they see it for themselves. You know what I mean? It's a personal affair. This ain't something that you got to share with everybody. You know what I mean? It just makes sure that you right and you good. You know, because I still need God to do some things for me. I need God to heal some people. I need God to save some people. I need God to deliver some people. There's people going through stuff out here with addiction. I know some people. You know what I'm saying? It's like the weight of the world is on my shoulders because I know people's testimonies. I know people's stories. I got to go to the Lord before God. Like, Lord, I need you to heal them. Help them. I need you to provide for some of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's some stuff that people are going through that if God could only use me, that's all he got to do is just use me. Like, I ain't trying to change nobody. I ain't trying to force nobody. I ain't trying to over-exalt myself to be higher than the king. Like, I'm telling you, it's not me that can do it. But if he can use me to help do it, you know what I mean? I want to make sure I give him the glory. and the praise. So I'm thankful today, and I'm hoping that y'all are thankful as well. You know what I mean? That you see the things of God, because there is things of God that is waiting for you to be activated. Like, these are gifts. Like, he's given us all gifts. Go use your gift. Go use that power that's inside of you, and that's what I'm trying to do today, is use that gift and that power that's inside of me. So I thank you guys for coming to the live stream, man. It's been a blessing. Um, I want to get back out here real soon, and I will get back out here as soon as I can. But I need God to do some things for me and continue to move in my life, you know what I mean? And I just feel like he is deserving of my time and my praise. You know, I can't do it by myself, So to see you guys in the house, I appreciate each and every one of you. Dan, I seen you move in the chat. Let's see, all right, chat. I'm gonna make some hevos, tacos, and get busy living this life. The Tribulation Kidz got me pumped up for y'all. Make the most of it. Peace, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, Captain Silver. Where there is no one left to turn to, you still have God. Shout out to you, Dan Cruz. Thank you for joining the live stream again and being back in the house, man. And everybody else, man, bird salute. I appreciate you, man. Everybody else that's been in the building, man. Like, look, you can do it. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't give up. If you give up on yourself, don't give up on God. Keep going. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate you, man.